Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2008. It's a Toyota Camry. The problem we have is that in the back, when you're driving this vehicle and you go over bumps, you can hear a lot of banging in the back of the car. In the back you have the sway bar. On the end of the sway bar you have stabilizer links. The links on the end have a tiny little bit of play in them, but the big problem with this car here is the sway bar bushings themselves. Where the sway bar fits through the bushing, there's a lot of play up and down inside there. I'm going to bring you in there. I'm going to show you what I mean. It seems like it's a very insignificant amount of play, but I've seen them on this car before. Even the slightest bit of play in here whatsoever is going to cause the rattling noise when you go over bumps. On the lift here you have a little play, but once you factor in the weight of the vehicle going over the suspension, that noise gets pretty substantial. So let me show you what it is, and then I'm going to show you how to resolve the problem. This is the sway bar bushing right up inside here. And you can see it bolts up through here. It looks like 12 or 13 millimeter bolts. The play that you have in there is just that little bit. Let's see. You see that movement inside there? It doesn't seem like a lot of play, but that's absolutely causing his rattling noise in the back. So, all right, let's make a phone call and let's see what he wants to do. To change these up here, we're just going to take out these bolts. You can see already I sprayed them with penetrating oil, so we don't have a problem. So we are going to take out these bolts here. Be careful, you do not want to snap these off. In here we're going to put an Allen key, and then we're going to take off that nut right there. And the reason we have to take the wheels off is because, as you can see, up underneath here, you see how it, let's get you in there so you can see. You see up inside here how it faces in towards the wheel. We're just going to take the wheel off for a little bit easier access up underneath here. So, all right, let's take the wheels off and let's continue. So we're going to find the Allen key that we need to get in here, and then we'll continue with that. So, all right, let me get some tools and we'll continue. Okay. So like I said, we're going to try shooting this bolt off here first. So that breaks that bolt loose. You see how it's loose, but it just keeps on spinning the shaft. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to disconnect that. Now remember what I said. You're actually not turning the Allen key in here. You're actually using the wrench to turn it to get it off. So we're going to put the wrench on. We're going to put our Allen key in. And remember, it's going to be a little bit rusty in there as well. And now just hold the hold the ratchet and use the wrench to get it off. Okay. And now we didn't strip that out. We can just take this off and we'll continue on the bottom now. All right, we're just going to shoot that off now. It's probably just going to spin like the other one, but we'll see. Okay, just spinning. So again, we just put our wrench on it like this, put our Allen key in there like that, and then we turn the wrench and just hold the Allen key in place so we don't strip it out. Now if it strips out, don't worry about it. It's a little more work, but you just have to get in here with a Sawzall and cut that nut off this way here. All right, so we'll take this out now. And now we're going to take out the bolts up on the bottom here. You can use an air gun to take these two out. I don't like using air back here because sometimes they'll just snap right off. So I do take it out by hand. but you can use an air gun if you wanted to get it out. Okay, now you'll notice that this bracket right here has a little hook on the back of it like that. So we're just going to pull this out, just like this. And that play that you had was right inside there. All right, so let's take this out. Like that. We'll take our replacement. Put our replacement over the bar, and you can see it's significantly tighter on there. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to hook this end back up on the top here first. I'll grab the bolts. Just so you know, I do never seize these bolts just to make them come out easier in the future. And now we're just going to catch these by hand for now. We're not going to tighten anything up yet. All right, so that's good for now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put our sway bar link back in place where it came out. Bottom. We're going to catch it with the bolt for now. Catch the one up on top, of course, the same thing. And now we're going to tighten everything up. Okay, like I said, you could use an air gun if you wanted to. Tighten the other side. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tighten up that bolt right there. What I like about these is that you get up here with the wrench, just like that, and you hold it, and we can tighten this up. All right, we'll do the same thing up top. We're going to hold it with the wrench in the back like this. Let's get that light out of there, I think. I hope you can see okay there. Yep. Okay, we'll hold it with the wrench like this. That's nice and tight. I just want to point out one more thing to you. Now obviously I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now you see, the grease fittings, that one is facing down, so we can get in there real easy with the grease gun. But this one is facing up, is going to be a little bit more difficult to get to, so we're going to turn that grease fitting now. And that's where this 3/8 wrench comes in handy. And we'll point it down so we can get grease into it. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this side, and we're going to tighten those up right there, and that's it, we'll be done. So let me tighten it up. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We have both sides sway bars on, we have all 4 of the bolts that hold the bar back in place, and you know what, I should have showed you this. Let's take a look at that bar up there. I don't know if you can see it. Right up there. We'll grab the bar. And you can see that there's no movement at all in that bar. Okay, so that's it. This job is done. We are going to grease the grease fittings up here because we want to make sure there's an adequate amount of grease in there. And now if this guy was to grease this car, he'd never have to worry about changing stabilizer links again. So remember, before you go ahead and start changing parts, whether it's the shocks, the strut, even the stabilizer links, don't throw parts at a problem. Check it first to make sure. All right, as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.